Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth here from Neverland Creative, and today I'm going to be going over my process for one little word for my February 2018 prompt. If you follow along with Allie's one little word class, you know that February's prompt was making a collage that had something to do with your word. And if you followed along with my January 2018 process video, you know that my word for 2018 is focus. I didn't really know what I was going to do for this prompt. I don't really subscribe to a lot of magazines, and honestly, I don't really care for magazines to begin with, so I wasn't going to subscribe to them just to fulfill this challenge. And I thought about doing this completely digitally. I've actually seen a lot of people do their collages digitally, and they came out really well. But after watching Allie's video, I really wanted to give the tactile way a try. So I took a couple of my old Flow magazines, a couple of Daphne's Diary magazines that I had laying around, and also, weirdly enough, my Food Network magazine, which actually came pretty in handy. And those were the things that I used to assemble this collage. So as you can see, I'm kind of just taking the little bits and pieces that I have cut out of my magazines, and I'm trying to test them out on my Traveler's Notebook spread. And I did decide to do this collage inside of my Traveler's Notebook. It did add a little bit of bulk, but I'm okay with that. So here I am just kind of looking at how things are shaping up. And I decided that I really didn't like the fact that the right background was just completely the white piece of paper from the Traveler's Notebook, so I decided to use just a page that I tore out from an old copy of Little Women that I have, specifically for that purpose, to tear out pages and reuse. So I'm actually going to tape that into my Traveler's Notebook and use that as the background for the right side of my page. So as you can see, I'm just using some regular Tombow adhesive, rolling adhesive, and I'm just gluing that down as best as possible. I did cut it down to fit the length of my Traveler's Notebook, and as you can see, I'm just folding it here just a teeny bit so that it will fit into my Traveler's Notebook and extend onto the left side. Now, if you can look really closely, you can see that the left side of my page with all the florals actually has some shapes that are kind of in that design. There's a circle and like a pair of scissors, and you're actually supposed to cut circles out of that pattern paper, but obviously I'm just using it as a pattern here. And instead of putting that photo of the cutlery and the plates on the right side like I was going to, I actually am going to slip it underneath the book page and put it on the left side of my page, and I really like how that turned out. So here I am just gluing that down, and this process is really simple. I'm just going to be taking all of the little snippets that I cut out from the magazine that really inspired me, and they don't necessarily all have to do with my word for the year. They're pretty much just things that inspired me, and pretty things. I really picked out a lot of typography that interests me, a lot of phrases that were really inspiring that I found mostly in my Flow magazine, and just a lot of bits and pieces that really stood out to me. So it might not make sense, particularly when you look at my word focus and then you look at this collage. It might not exactly be focus centric, but for me, this collage just meant that I just added a lot of things that inspired me and a lot of things that I wanted to remind myself of throughout the year, like simplify your life, focus on health, now is where the journey starts. All those things that, even though they don't specifically say focus, I think for me that reminds me of my word either way. So I do end up adding my word, which is focus, to this layout. And as you can see, I did have a couple of mismatched letters up there on the left, but I didn't end up using that. I actually ended up using this set of gold glitter alphas. And I just ended up using the lowercase. This has lowercase and uppercase letters, and I just used the lowercase alphas to spell out the word focus. And that's pretty much the end of my layout. As you can see, the left side is a lot more heavy than the right side. I really wanted the a little bit of white space. I mean, obviously that book page has words on it, but I feel like it's a good resting place for your eyes as you're going across the page. So here I am just adding the last few little bits, and I'm done with my February prompt for one little word. I hope you enjoy this layout, and if you'd like to see more, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. Bye.